It is day 10 of National Poetry Month 2020, and I welcome you back to Keeping a Notebook, Roll the Dice. Here is sweet Betsy the writing camper in the snow today. 2020 is my 11th year of writing a poem each day of National Poetry Month. I always write around a different theme. For this year's poetry project, I have decided to introduce surprise. Each April day, I will share a poem's canned phrase about writing poetry. I will roll 3 word dice. If a die rolls blank, I will not re-roll it. I will write a poem inspired by 1, 2, or all 3 of the face-up words. Today's Roll the Dice chat is titled Poems Can Ask Questions.
It is time to roll the dice. I will choose 1, 2, 3. See what we got here. We have life, across, and curse.
Hello, writing friends. Welcome back. It is day 10 of National Poetry Month. We have been writing from dice and from little truths about poetry for 10 days. This will be the 10th day. This is the 10th day. That means we have 20 more to go. And so sometimes I wonder to myself, and you might wonder to yourself, will I have enough ideas for 20 more days? I'm asking myself, will I be able to write about Little Mouse for 20 more days? And I believe I will. Perhaps I won't keep writing about Little Mouse, but one thing that happens is when we develop a daily practice of anything, music or art or writing, sometimes we might get a little anxious, like, what if I can't do it this time? I did it yesterday, but what if I can't today? And one thing I've learned over time is to trust that if every day I come back to my notebook, something will arrive. It might not always be my favorite something, but day in, day out, ideas will find me because I am there with my pen, with my pencil, with my paper. And so the ideas show up. Sometimes they're better, sometimes they're worse, sometimes they're not great, but I can make them better later. But having a daily practice of anything helps us become stronger at whatever that thing is. And when we practice something every day, like I do with writing, what we notice is that at other times in the day, we find ourselves thinking about it. And then when we sit back down, those other times of the day feed us. So today's writing chat is titled Poems Can Ask Questions. And we ask questions in our lives. We can ask questions in our poems. And our words for today are life, across, and curse. Life, across, and curse. And I thought that was kind of an interesting selection of words. And as always, I have my little list. I first popped in my mind was that question, what is life? And then I thought, is life a curse? Is life a gift? And those opposites really intrigued me. Across, again, is a direction. So I thought, where would Little Mouse have across? Across a field. Sometimes an expression of sadness or surprise moves across someone's face. You might wipe a hand across your face, not now, but sometimes. Or a little mouse might wipe a paw. A curse can be like a spell of giving evil intention, or it can mean a bad word, a swear word. So I wrote, Little Mouse has been in her burrow a long time. What is life to her? Is it more than seeds? I'm making her thoughtful, but I want her to do more. Maybe she's hearing and seeing signs of spring. Signs of spring, new grass and birds. She hears a robin and she asks, what is life? So I thought maybe maybe Little Mouse would ask a question. And who knows, maybe Robin is asking a question too. What's down in that hole? That could be a fun thing to write another day. But here's what I have as my poem draft and the final poem. Well, the typed up version for now poem is at the Poem Farm. So this is called Wonderings or Wondering. Little Mouse sits and wiggles her whiskers. Little Mouse sits and wiggles her whiskers. Is life a curse or is life a gift? She thinks of the great owl and hears robins singing. The grass is bright green now. Life is a gift. So, Little Mouse asking questions. Could it be this? Could it be that? And as she ponders, she comes up with an answer inside her own self. So I didn't have her out being really active yet. I may at some point, but right now, Little Mouse is staying put. She's asking some questions, just as many of us are asking questions at this strange time. And we can ask serious questions, as Little Mouse does. We can ask silly questions. Questions can lead us in all kinds of directions. So today, you might consider leading your poem with a question or embedding a question somewhere inside your poem. And if you're not familiar with the website, Wonderopolis, many years ago, I wrote a poem each day from the question at the Wonderopolis website. This is a website that has a question every day, like how do pigeons know how to fly back to the same place? And then there's an article that answers that question. So you might have an interesting time researching some topics that you want to know more about, or just learning about the world in different ways through Wonderopolis during this time that we're inside. So have a good 10th day of National Poetry Month. I will see you on day 11 of National Poetry Month, which is tomorrow.
This is my writing about the words life, across, and curse. Here is Little Mouse and the tiny notebook I imagine she might write in. I placed a paper clip next to it so you can see how small it is. Today's words, once again, are life, across, and curse. I'm curious whether you'll write about any of these words or words of your own. Just as asking questions in our lives helps us think about and explore new ideas, asking questions in our poems helps us do the same thing. Happy writing.